sinister mind. Inside a sinister mind. Inside a sinister mind. You are now tuned in to a sinister mind. Inside a sinister mind. Inside a sinister mind. Inside a sinister mind. You are now tuned in to a sinister mind.
It all comes back when bad things happen. 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 It all comes back
when bad things happen.
It all comes back.
Venom, get the gat. It all comes back when bad things happen. The city Los Angeles get the blasting. See our enemigo and it's on sight. Some battles die at day and some die at night. It's what you know about them west side streets. Let me take you on a voyage on them west side beats. Conejo. As the function was going on, the roll of the party, I remember sitting on the hood of a car just above the tire, and Bannon standing next to me, to my right. We were smoking a Primo. What's a Primo? For those that don't know, it's rocked up cocaine, sprinkled over a joint of marijuana. A hit of that would leave you zoned the fuck out.
Cocaine is a powder and crack is a rock. Both are identical pharmacologically, but smoking crack allows it to reach the brain much more quickly, and thus brings an immediate rush and a very intense high. The drug can make people feel paranoid, angry, hostile, and anxious.
Syndicate Security Services specializes in close protection and transportation services for high-risk clientele, including executives, celebrities, and any other high-profile security-conscious client who may require such services. Our expertly trained close protection agents are tactically certified in threat assessment, crisis response, tactical combat care, and evasive driving techniques, and are uniquely qualified to provide a customized security detail that is tailored to your individual needs. Contact us today for a free security consultation at syndicateprotection@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram.
And the more you smoke, the less you would want to be around people. The less noise and distractions you would want to be around, because of the paranoia that sets in.
Honestly, I don't remember where was the first time I smoked a Primo, but I knew that feeling was sweet, crackling, delicious. That's all I remember, but I don't remember where I smoked my first Primo at.
I'm gonna tell you.
Where?
On 22nd in Vermont, like right off, like passing the gas station a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're in the car, and that was the first time I smoked it with you. And we're like,
no way.
Whole fucking life.
Life changed.
Yeah,
right
life
there.
changed. Yeah, hell yeah.
Experience.
Yeah.
Smoking P-Dogs was prevalent up in the neighborhood. So much that the homies came up with their own clique, PHS, the Primo Heads. And in those days, damn near everyone was smoking.
The high lasts about 15 minutes. Crack is so intense that a user can become addicted just after the first few times of using. Crack is made by cooking cocaine powder with baking soda, then breaking it into small pieces called rocks. Short-term effects is a short-lived, intense high that is immediately followed by the opposite: intense depression, edginess, and craving for more of the drug. People who use crack often don't eat or sleep properly. They can experience greatly increased heart rate, muscle spasms, and convulsions.
Obviously, I wasn't in those stages around this time. I could still be high as fuck and still be able to interact with the crowd to some extent. Loco de volada, I'm making un name. Can't fuck with the archer, with them dead bulls. I fly through the sky, you know the eagle. Pull apart G's definition of evil. You want the stank, you want the smoke. This joint right here get laced with coke. Be in chest, that's what it be. A drive-by villain from the USC. I'm C-O-N-E, J to the O. 30 in the cuerno, I'ma let that go.
Cops against gangs. Gangs against cops. Gangs against gangs. As in a war, the casualties mount every week.
I've been shot 3 times. 20th Street? No, what's that next street? On the other side of 20th Street? Where that parking lot was at, we used to kick it at?
Cordova?
Was it Cordova, the next block?
Yeah.
Okay, Cordova. We were chilling at Cordova. I was getting off the car, me and my hyena. Car pulls up, starts shooting. Got shot 3 times. At first, I didn't feel it, but when I got to the hospital, I saw that I had three gunshots.
Man, when the party gets shot up, you're over here touching yourself to see if you got holes, because, you know, when a bullet goes into your body, you can't feel it. You're looking for blood, you're looking for signs that you're getting shot. And then, when you know that you're not shot, then you go around to see if anybody got shot, or any of the homies needs to go to the hospital. And you know what? Sometimes we got shot, sometimes we used to take homies to the hospital, and sometimes, you know, it was nothing. And then at the end of it all, man, you know, we bag about it, we laugh about it. You know, some homies, you know, we get more trucha and shit. But that's the way it was, man, you know. To us, it was just part of growing up. We didn't see it as anything else but growing up. That was our way of coping with what we had to go through. Enemies, you know, gang life, whatever you want to call it. And that's that, homie. You know what I mean?
I got shot like 5 times. 5 different hoods.
You ever got stabbed?
Yeah, I got stabbed too.
2 times, no?
Yeah, twice. Esa madre duele más que el pinche getting shot.
Watch out, when I was younger, homie, it was a situation like that. It wasn't no party. It was in Hoover Park, and some vatos came through and shot up the park, and I had a cuete stashed on the stairs, and we had some stairs right there in the crack house and shit. And I got the cuete, and I ran after them, and I didn't even see them no more. They disappeared. They disappeared on Adams, and I went back, and there was one of my homeboys, not one, but 3 of my homeboys, you know, laying down on the floor. But the one I was more fond of, I picked him up from the floor. He was shot in the head, got him in the car, and took him to California Hospital, man. And that's that, homie.
Anger, sadness, mission time.
With all the commotion coming from all the invites and attendees, sometimes you lose sight of imminent danger lurking like a shark waiting to attack. And this was what was about to happen. Death was circling the block. Before I go into what's about to happen, something crossed my mind. And it makes me wonder how they found out we were on that street. Were we given up by some female that was fucking with us and fucking with them at the same time? Or was it just mere luck while they were on hood patrol? I don't know. Es algo que nunca se va a saber.
Nah, we weren't thinking about that.
Thinking about that. We were just thinking about fucking kicking it with the homies.
That was it. We were just having fun growing up. We weren't thinking about that.
It was fun, but it was dangerous.
Now back to the story. Dance floor packed. Homies walking up and down the driveway on the left side of the house. Fools in the cut getting high. Everyone was drinking. Homies chilling in front of the house. You know what the floor plan of a South Central LA home looked like, with the porch in the front. Some to the right, some to the left. But the homies was right there.
It all comes back. When bad things happen, it all comes back. bad things happen.
I said, know this, I'm the fucking coldest. If it's dope on the block, then I fucking sold it. The get back, all the time. The shit hit different when your life's on the line. Somos los homies. 213, little bad motherfuckers from the LAC. Palabra. To round plus approach, ese going slow. It's like a movie, the way it's going down. Now picture this in slow motion. Enemies jump out with their weapons and go to work. 3 men went down and 1 didn't make it. Got those motherfuckers back.
Whole neighborhoods of Los Angeles live in fear of Mexican gangs, of black gangs. As in the old days, the fights are over turf. But now, the turf involves control of the drug market, and the battles are with heavy weapons to the death.
Let me borrow that knife, homie, just in case, I come across some enemies,
Do you think a lot of the homies getting killed was just destiny, or it was a setup, or it was dirty cops instigating the homies to get killed with other gangs?
LAPD was fucking dirty. They didn't give a fuck. They were gangsters.
One time, one of my homeboys got shot in the leg, man. And we thought it was a BB gun. And you know what? We were checking his leg, and he's like, nah, I got shot with a BB gun. I'm like, nah, fool, that's a bullet. Look at that shit, man. That shit was gushing out like, puddles of blood.
It was chaos. People running for their lives while others took cover. Gunfire exchange and the sound of cars peeling out. When it was all said and done, 3 homies had got hit and 1 didn't make it.
Have actually taken control of these communities. The gangs represent the very power base of the community itself. And if you look in terms of who runs the communities, parents really have no control over them. They're deathly afraid, they fear for their lives. Usually by nightfall, most older people are inside their homes and there to stay until the next day.
When we were younger, homie, we were crazy. I mean, we used to go look for problems, fool, la neta. We used to go cross out the enemies. We used to always be out there just doing dumb shit, homie.
Hey, how was it living on 28th in the 90s, in the late 80s and the 90s?
On our block, 28th and Bullong, it was the best times though because there was so many people out there, bitches, everything was out there. It was fun.
No mama said, now I ain't got you the homies. Like,
yeah.
It's packed the homies all the time.
I say that this was a turning point. This would set off a chain of events that would change the course of time for all of us.
How was it like hanging out at Hoover Park?
That shit was crazy.
That was a different vibe. It was more gangster vibe at Hoover Park.
28 was more party.
Yeah, more party.
And gangster, but it was more like
Hoover Park's not más serious.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
I remember que un día some fools, they did a drive-by. Well, they were doing a drive-by and the homie had a pit bull, and the pit bull jumped into the car and started biting the fool shooting at us.
It's a get down or get shot down. It's a get down or get shot down. That's what they do, homie.
We've seen a lot of the automatic types of weapons, the AK-47s, the Uzi machine guns. We've seen a lot of these weapons being used against not only communities in the area, but officers who are risking their lives each and every day.
Let's get down with the madness and all this corruptness building up in my head. No threat to say you're dead. You heard what I said. Don't underestimate me when you don't understand me. Que no pinche bandido. I smoke the enemigos like a Primo to the head. I gotta do my part. With a Threno I do art. Relate not so great. Let's debate. And I think that's a description of gang warfare.
When you got shot, did you think you was gonna die?
I didn't even know I got shot. So you can't feel it.
Yeah, you can't feel it.
When you feel it, then you think I'm gonna die, but it all depends where you get shot at.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, when you get fucking shot on the stomach, that's a way different fucking feeling right there.
Watch out, homie. When the homeboy passed away, it was for worse, homie. Because a lot of us were gonna get locked up for gang banging. A lot of us were gonna get locked up for murder. A lot of us were gonna die. It was for worse. I say it was for worse, homie. Porque pues así era el pedo, ¿no?
Have you ever been slipping so much that you're like, damn, I don't even know how these fools didn't kill us tonight. We were just fucking...
All the time, the homies used to walk everywhere. We had a big-ass neighborhood, so we had to fucking... We had to travel walking.
Hey, how was it wall banging back in the days, writing on the walls? Like, where did you used to write?
Freeways. Enemy neighborhood, I used to cross them out. I used to get shot up. I was on a bike. So it was fun. Because next day I go in the car and check it out, and it was feeding me.
Who else?
Oh, tú manejabas y te
No, we were just like...
Go deep.
Yeah,
Go deep
yeah.
and just go writing and jump
this
out.
fool only had the best handwriting back then.
Yeah, it was quick, fun, and dangerous.
And like, we would have fat tips and we'd just...
Esa madre está bien peligroso, la now you think about it, that shit was fucking...
But we knew it was dangerous, so we always had to be on our toes.
Did you care?
We didn't care, man.
We didn't.
We cared fucking looking at the badass fucking placazo. That's what we care about.
No.
We didn't care about no fucking dangerous shit.
Y cuando they'll be killing so many homies, like, what? Like, esa madre, that shit didn't affect you?
Hell yeah, it did affect. Mentally, we probably
But
fucking...
esa madre didn't like, fuck this. Nah, ya estuvo, I'm not fucking with this shit. Too many fools are dying.
We
didn't think like that.
We didn't think like that.
We just kept going.
Kept going.
We're still here.
Hell yeah. The homies had some badass fucking cars. I had like 3 badass cars myself.
Shit, the only car we had was Blue Thunder. Best car ever with sounds.
Some gangbanging shit.
Yeah.
Even the homies used to be afraid of that shit.
That shit had bullet holes all up in it, all over the place. Está todo lleno de bullet holes el carro. Oh yeah. When I say 3 homies got hit and 1 didn't make it, that wasn't it. A gang of bitches got shot too. I remember seeing 2 of the homies put a bitch on a piece of fucking plywood and carry her out on some makeshift gurney type shit. Cause she had fucking buckshots all over one side of her face and all on her body. So what I'm trying to say is that there's always collateral damage.
Pero LA was more like another kind of, it was like warfare, man. They had real weapons out there, man.
You might be thinking to yourself that we're just rambling on, but we're not. I'm just trying to assemble a vision in your mind so you can see what we experienced. Everyone has a different point of view. I'm sure you could tell by the different demeanor you hear in all the voices. Some are serious, some are a bit more reserved, and some bring light to the darkness. Los Angeles was and still is gangland. This season is about a song I wrote and recorded from those days. It all comes back. I'm being descriptive, and as they say, you gotta read between the lines. Mind state of a kid, caught up in drugs, gangs, and a cycle of incarceration in the lawlessness of Los Angeles is one of profound despair and entrapment. Overwhelmed by the calling of an alternate reality promised by the streets, young individuals often find themselves navigating a treacherous path, fueled by a desperate search for identity and belonging and a sense of purpose. Their choices become intertwined with a dangerous lifestyle within this world. The sense of temporary escape and the illusion of power offered by the drugs and the gangs can momentarily overshadow their harsh realities that surround them. However, beneath the surface, there is often a profound longing for guidance, opportunities, and a chance to break free from the grip of a system that perpetuates violence and inequality. Trapped between the confines of their circumstances and the yearning for something better, these young individuals face a daily struggle to reconcile their actions, their hopes, and the limited options that seem available to them. Everyone was taking losses on all sides. I read this one quote about the war in France that said, "First, one hopes to win. Then one expects the enemy to lose. Then one is satisfied that the enemy too is suffering. In the end, one is surprised that everyone has lost."
High off the Primo smoke. That's a little bit of weed and a whole lot of coke. That's right, folks, that was my approach. It's an Indo-Panic zone with the tiny looks, the Tokas and the Dukes. One big gang, we got plenty of troops, no truce. When we swoop, you fuck with the turf and there's no excuse. My reality distorted with substance use. Young in the calle, I got nothing to lose. Surrounded, negative forces, I got this fear to enforce this appetite for destruction. Las calles no perdonan, that's how they function. Los Ángeles, pa' todo el planeta. Rólate esa madre, I'ma rock con esta. Get your ass on the floor. That ain't enough, better break us some more. Cause I don't think clear in the altered state. Your life got no value when you're quick to replace. Crime pays in so many ways. I've been going hard since back in the days. Back in the maze, dead body that lay. Yellow tape on the scene, he got hit with a K. No way. I think I know him. He said something wrong and the devil chose him. Devil chose him.